Oh my God, we're back for our second Pantages Showcase interview. And right next to me, to my left, to your right, I have 3 of the 4 members of the progressive metal band from Westchester, Valence. Valence, how are you guys doing tonight?
Awesome.
Doing well.
Now, in case you don't realize, right here is Jeff Schaefer. Right in the middle is Mike Bonanno. And to the right is Will Hammis. Will Hammis, how you doing?
I'm doing well. How are you?
I'm doing all right. We are here once again at the Cyclorama in New Jersey because they haven't evicted us yet. So we're taking advantage as much as we possibly can. 47 Harrison Street, in case you don't know. And we're gearing up because in the next 10 days, the show will be around. So if you're watching this Thursday, it'll probably be 8 days away, which means you haven't bought your ticket yet. Why haven't you done that? They're on. So fellas,
Get tickets.
Get tickets. You guys have been busy this year, very, very much so.
Yes, sir.
And I mean, last time I checked, besides us working together, you've been showcased all over the internet. You've got this beautiful record called Cognitive Dissonance. Yes, fantastic record. And it just was released a month ago, 2 months ago. Uh-huh.
Yeah, just about a month ago. Came out April 12th. Yeah, super stoked. This is first time we've done the full record in a studio. It's our longest record to date, so we're pretty excited about it.
Jesus. And on top of that, you guys have been all over on Adrenaline PR. You've been on Metal Injection. You've been showcased on Metal Injection. Mm-hmm. You've had our music video that we worked together with on there, which was like awesome. You just recently finished the East Coast tour as well. Mm-hmm. Tell us about the East Coast tour. Will, share the microphone.
It was great. We basically traveled down to Atlanta and back, down to 95, checked out most of the Eastern Seaboard. Started in Connecticut, Long Island, went down to Philly, outside Charlottesville and Orange, Virginia, Raleigh, North Carolina, Asheville, DC, Richmond. It was a killer tour.
You guys went everywhere.
Yeah, we were everywhere.
And you just played a show last week over at Dingbats in Clifton with Michelangelo Baggio. Mm-hmm. Yep, how was that?
It was an awesome show.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Got him doing the double thingies that he usually does?
Yeah, he saves that for the last song. We're like, when is he going to break out the dual neck guitar? Like, any minute now. Like,
jealous.
Yeah, no, he's sick. He does a lot of really technical unison, fast playing, and it was really impressive. And, we've been watching him and listening to him for quite some time. And when he plays through New York City, we try and catch him when we can. Mm-hmm. And it was just awesome to share the stage with him and Aetherius, Steve Bello, a couple of local bands that are also in the instrumental scene. It was just a sick instrumental show all around.
Well, was this your first time playing with Baggio on a stage?
Yes, this was the first time.
So it was surreal then for you guys from watching him to performing with him.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was definitely inspiring. I think I'm going to get a double neck guitar so that I can kick Mike out finally. Play
Yes!
all the parts together.
Fuck that guy.
Dual neck
I
8 strings.
Yes, but
I've been like, I need to get a dual neck fretless just to keep up, so maybe he'll let me stay in the band.
So it's safe to say that everything here has blown up for you in the right ways. I mean, am I right or am I right?
I think the first one where you're right.
Yeah, you think the first one?
Yeah, definitely.
The former, not the latter?
Indeed.
I'm dealing with a bunch of dickheads right now.
Totally. This was a lot of fun. I mean, this was actually one of the first records I've been involved with that I feel like we kind of had everything in the right order, and we had everything, and we were like, okay, now it's time to release it. I had released some previous records before where it was really haphazard, and a lot of times it came down to like, cool, we're playing our release show when? Okay, we don't have physical product yet. And we're like a week away, and oh my God. And it was really cool to work with Adrenaline PR, and they handle everything really well. And yeah, we shot some amazing videos, and yeah, it was really fun.
I mean, side note on the whole Adrenaline PR thing, our very own Marissa Ann did some work for the Adrenaline PR campaign. She has some photography set up for the blast email. That's her hand right there. It's not mine because I haven't got my cuticles done, but that's okay. That's all her. And yeah, so she did all the photo work. I did the video work. Everything came out fantastic.
Yes.
You guys just blew up on it. End of story. Pretty much.
Yeah, sure.
Now before you guys do that, tell me how the band started. Tell me where it originated, how everything started, how you guys became a progressive metal band from Westchester.
Well, the band Valence has gone back really far, and
How far?
oh my God,
I
had
am
that
totally
name back in
taking
high
you
school.
there.
No, it's
Okay.
cool. We had that name in high school. We actually
Before Will was in the band.
before Will was in the band, before Jeff was actually even in the band, and the bass player and I at the time were in chemistry class together, and it was seriously just like flip the book open. We're gonna figure out a band name just by pointing at a word, and Valence just seemed like the most appropriate thing. We just closed our eyes, opened it up, pointed, and it was like Valence. Oh shit! Like a covalent bond, like bringing in atoms to like make a molecule. We're bringing all these genres in to make like this progressive music, you know, like let's make something real out of like all of these different influences and styles. And we all definitely do bring something to the table back then and now. And we tried out vocalists. We had female and male singers. We had somebody actually rapping it for like a quick minute. Like never actually played any shows, but like it was all just like, let's just write some cool songs. So 2009 came when we were working on material for Sleepwalker. The reason why Jeff came in, and we basically were like, let's write an hour-long song. And Jeff was like, yeah, fuck yes, let's do that. So, after a couple months of putting all these ideas together, an hour became 34-minute debut album. So then Will came in. It's about 4 years ago now.
Ish.
Yeah, and it's been pretty. Yeah, damn. Time goes by.
It's been a while.
It's been awesome. It's been a while. So it's been really cool. This guy contributes a lot to the songwriting process and everything else. Like he's become a brother to us, and we're gonna keep plugging at what we're doing just because we basically evolved into an instrumental band. It's like how we speak to people. It's how we get our emotions out, all of our songs are about love, all ballads.
One thing, all ballads. That's a lie, because there's no 7 ballads on this record. I have
Not that one, but the next one is one for you.
Phone. Yeah, okay. What is it called? Walrus? Because I look like one? That's what it is? All right, I see how it is.
You're a skinny walrus.
Shut up, Will.
Editing.
Man. Oh, my God. All right. So even though Chris Romano is not here. Boo. Yeah, we went out to 4-piece because Chris, now that, he's been part of the band since the inception, right? He's an original member.
Yeah. Yes.
Okay, so he's an original member. So, working on Sleepwalker in 2009 and then working to this, what was the beneficial factor for him when it came to writing the instrumentation for this? And Jeff is looking at me like, I need your microphone, so I'm going to give Jeff my microphone.
Yeah, Jeff's all over that one.
Oh yeah, I think all of us really play a part in the songwriting in Valence. So Chris and Will, the rhythm section of the band, probably more than anything, are I think responsible for the fact that our music, even though we do a lot of like odd meter stuff and we kind of try to go off the beaten path, there's always like a sense of groove to it. Mm-hmm. That is, and that's something that Chris is always really focused on. Like, how do we make this groove? Okay, we're playing in like 9/8 or 13/8 or some stupid absurd time signature. How do I still make it like so that you can feel it, and so that it all flows together? And there's a lot of times where we're trying to come up with rhythmic ideas. He always has that input. Him and Will are both have a jazz background, so they're really good for bringing that into it as well.
Yeah, to throw it out there, that was like one of my original attractions to the band and like wanting to like continually play with you guys was that I listened to it and it just made sense to me, and I was like, yeah, this is totally like something I would write. This is it's got the odd meter thing, but you could bob your head to it. And like you don't have to know it's in like, oh, it's in these changing meters. It's like you could just be like, oh yeah, it's like this thing. It's like this groove. I just have to put an extra head bob in there.
It sticks to you.
Yeah.
And that's what it did before you joined the band. That's what it does now.
Yeah.
I mean, it did stick to you when we shot the music video. And, the funny thing is, we shot the video for Damn It, Lana back in January. And that was one hell of an experience. I mean, for me personally, because I never shot an 8-minute long music video. And the first thing that I hear that Mike tells me, he's like, Derek, we want to do a music video with you. The song is 8 minutes. And I'm on the phone and I'm just like,
Like, what's the shortest song you have? Can we do that one instead?
yeah, it was just like, I don't know if I could do 8 minutes long, but I said, fuck it, I'll give it a shot. And so, yeah, and that's how we all, I didn't say that like that, otherwise I would have never been chosen for it. I was like, yeah, I'll have a choice, but we all jumped in the creative process on it. So tell us about the work that went into that music video, your vision and how things were represented, as well as the other music videos that you did with Anthony Lapardo of at Westfall, because you did 3 other music videos for 3 other songs.
Yeah, I don't know. When we were writing the song, we weren't exactly sure what we were going to even do with the song title. And, one day we were watching Archer, and we just felt like, after a long day of playing, we're like, this kind of feels like
it was
somewhere in this direction. Some reference from this show has to be the song.
I think Chris came up with the name.
Yeah, Chris did come up with the name, and it was hilarious. That moment was great. But in terms of the music video, I'd like to think that we really wanted to we were a lot more prepared with everything. Westfall recording did an amazing job. Anthony and Ray did an incredible job.
He always does
and we
really
wanted
good music videos, so I'm not surprised.
Yeah, unbelievable. Seriously, everything that happens under that roof that they put out is awesome. It's gold.
Agreed. Westfall Recording, that's all you need to know,
Westfall
guys.
Recording Company. Yep.
That's it.
And when we chose to work with you guys, I know you were putting out some stellar stuff, and it was like, we need something that's going to look equally as good as it sounds. And
Sadly,
we wanted
they
it
chose
to
me. I'm
be
just kidding.
all credit over here to both of you, Marissa and Derek. And we wanted it to look pro, and we were kind of floating the idea of doing like a story. And we're like, no, everyone says that the best part about us is the performance. So we're like, fuck it, we're going to do a performance video. It's like, let's find an awesome space that really felt good, that was affordable. And
South Bronx really
South
did
Bronx, yeah, we're in not too far from your neck of the woods, and we got a great deal, and we made it look great. You guys made it look awesome. Yep. And the response has been unreal. So, I mean, it was all kind of a no-brainer.
Red Sky at Morning.
Yeah, Red Sky for sure.
Well,
that's the one song on the album that exceeds 10 minutes. It's a 15-minute song. We're
Yes,
just
it
about.
is. It's like Periphery's Reptile. Yeah.
Yeah, but instead of introing and starting the album with the long song, we're ending with the long song.
That's true.
And it also, it recaps ideas and themes from other songs, and we wanted that song to be probably the most intricate in terms of form and intricate in terms of our playing, a lot of polyrhythm, a lot of odd time signature changes, and a lot more ensemble playing. It's treated more. I mean, it's all classical music influenced at the end of the day, but that song, there's a level of focus that the other songs didn't necessarily require. Mm-hmm. And it's we don't play to a click track, so it's taking and moving between actual tempo and the feel and mood. We kind of go into different areas of it being more Pink Floyd-y and more areas of Dream Theater, BT Bam, and then it gets post-rocky at times. So it's there's a lot to take in, and it took a long time to actually in rehearsal time to get it to performance value.
Have you ever performed that song?
We finally did, yeah. Well, now that the album is out, we're not going to unleash the song until the album actually is officially out. So the first couple of days of tour, we had long sets, and we murdered it. It was awesome to actually get it out there on stage and try and get some people in it, and the reaction was pretty cool. People were dancing, and all the 4/4 sections, headbanging and moving around. It was really rewarding to finally get this song that we've been working on for so long, out in the open,
I definitely understand that. I mean, Will is looking at me like I need to pass this microphone over.
Take this microphone from me.
Will,
Yeah.
do you have something to say?
Yes, I do.
Of course he does.
Yeah. Well, also, I think one of the great things about that tune is at the end, is the ending. is we were able to kind of layer everything.
At the ending.
You know, I kind of treated that a little bit as like almost like the kitchen sink tune, where it was just, we were like, yeah, we had like the guitar parts and the basic stuff we were playing in rehearsals, and I wound up playing my bass part plus this weirder reverbed out bass part. In addition, Mike and I tracked strings for it. He played viola and violin. I played cello and upright bass on it.
Nice.
And then one of my favorite things was we got a bunch of our friends and backers that helped us finance the album to come in and do, I think, what we've dubbed the battle ensemble, the battle choir. Yeah, as the battle choir for all the voices at the end. And we were just like, yeah, let's just like pull out all the stops and like let's end this record on like the biggest, craziest thing we can.
So many
It's a lot.
See, that's freaking awesome. See, that's something that makes you guys unique. You know, you bring in other parties and people that back you up, and you know, you bring them in and you share that family moment with you guys, because it's not about just the band. It's about everybody else that backs you up and supports you. That's fantastic. Will, why are you look like you're about to cut me off? What?
Well, I was just gonna say, like, without them, like, this record just flat out wouldn't have gotten made, or would have been like, you know, like just a small fraction of what we wanted to do.
Touche. I totally understand
Yeah.
that. I mean, I have the record. It's a phenomenal freaking record. I love it. I listen to it every other day because my mathematics skills can only go so far. So I do what I can, but I love this record. This has a very close, special meaning to me. And I think I'm credited in this too, which I'm surprised about. No, I'm not. I'm happy. Yeah. So
We could write your name in.
yeah, okay, there you go. And we do write your name. So going from the record to the show. Now, I don't know if anybody has ever noticed, but there's a progressive metal group in the lineup. Now, being in the local community of New York, do you find the treatment of prog groups such as yourselves equal to the other genres here in the city or in abroad?
Yeah, let's see. I'll take a stab at that one. I mean, I think New York is cool because there are a lot of prog metal bands. There's a lot of bands that you know, we're friends with that do similar things. But you know, not every single show we play is, you know, a prog metal lineup. I think in New York the metal scene is pretty open-minded. You see a lot of bills that go from death metal to thrash metal to prog metal to God knows what. Metalcore. So, you know, I always feel like even if we don't fit in and that we fall under the same label as the other bands we play with, there's usually some kind of connection there. With, you know, we do get heavy at times. Maybe not as heavy as like.
No, you get heavy. You get very heavy as long as I've known you. It's a fact.
But yeah, I think it's been we definitely have some good reception when we play out. When we went on the tour, we definitely had a great reception too. A lot of shows where we're playing with very not prog bands at all, and people fucking loved it. So. Yeah, I mean, I'm really happy. I think New York's also cool because you do have a lot of acts coming through. You know, we've had the chance to open for, you know, bands like Scale the Summit. You know, we've Felix Martin, Sarah Longfield, stuff like that when they've come through New York. So that's also kind of a nice part about the scene here.
Okay, have that back now.
Yeah, of course.
And this, as important as this is for you, and you know, technically you guys are the odd men out here. You know, being in this lineup, how does the record release show for you make this event special?
Well, I mean, for me, it's the record release. Like, to me, this is like the culmination of like everything we've been doing for the past few months. Mm-hmm. You know, like this is us kind of coming home and showing everyone like what we accomplished.
Yeah, and also we haven't played that 15-minute song, or Red Sky at Morning, for anybody here in the city or anywhere locally. So this will be
are we gonna
probably
expect
the first time you might expect some of that. Yeah.
Yes. Good.
Would like to think. Yeah, no, it's going to be an awesome show, and I think even us being the odd men out, being like more prog rock or separate, we always really enjoy playing more of the variety shows that we have different subgenres of bands playing. Like it's great playing instrumental metal shows. It really is. It's like that's family, but you know, there's a lot of bands out there that are still family in the scene that are playing different things, and it's like. There are concert goers in the city that give a shit about all the subgenres, and that's really what's awesome about playing in New York, you know? And especially for this album release, we're going to see all of our friends and family, and it's going to be fucking awesome. I can't wait.
Yeah, it's just a sick fucking lineup too. I mean, we played with Sycarian before, so we know what's up with them. Introspection, their last EP, is really fucking cool too.
Awesome.
A Wake In Providence is awesome, and I'm a big Black Crown Initiate fan too. So
hell yeah.
I am so that's like kind of a.
It's right up.
I'm really fucking stoked just for that too, even just to be able to see them. So yeah, I mean, we have a lot of reasons to be excited about this show, and hopefully we will see you all there.
Yes, and of course. Again, Saint Vitus, May 24th, Black Crown Initiate, A Wake In Providence, Valence, and Sycarian. All on one bill, starts at 7 o'clock, which will probably be 8 days away for you guys watching. Now, I need to know before we go, what's going on for the rest of the fucking year with Valence?
We have a bunch of shows on the horizon that we'll be announcing soon.
Bring me the horizon?
Playing Bring Me the Horizon would be interesting and cool. Yeah, I'd go to that show. And no, but yeah, we have a bunch of shows lined up that we'll be announcing soon. We'll be going out to the Midwest. We'll be going back up into New England and hitting some of the markets we haven't played in a while. Boston, New Hampshire, Vermont, hopefully Portland, Maine this time, and Rhode Island. And yeah, you know, there's a lot of community and friends and family all over the place that we just love to connect with and keep playing shows. So it's like we're going to keep that up, and we're going to play everything that we haven't played for them before.
Nice.
They're going to get a taste of the cognitive dissonance.
If you haven't picked up the record... Oh, thank you. If you haven't picked up the record, Cognitive Dissonance, please pick it up now.
You could buy it at a show.
Yes, you could buy it at a show. You could buy it at Vitus. You could buy it on every major retailer, iTunes, you know, all that other jazz that...
Thank you, DistroKid.
Yes.
iTunes, UTunes.
There you go. All the things that millennials know. You can pick it up. You can pick up the Fantastic 7 EP record there, along with the 95-minute song that they have at the end.
Which then makes it not an EP and a full length.
It makes it an anthology. That's what it makes it.
Oh, I like that.
Huzzah. Yes, but please pick this record up. I highly recommend it. Good guys, good friends. Please check them out. May 24th, Saint Vitus, Valence, Jeff, Mike, and the other guy, Wilhelmus.
You can call me Will.
You can call me Will for short. I see you.
Thank you, Derek. We appreciate it.
Of course, it was an absolute pleasure,
Marissa.
guys.
Yeah, awesome.
Yes, and Marissa Ann doing the camera work in the background. She is fantastical.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, and 3, 2, 1, bye-bye.